Taurus, welcome to your general tarot reading for the month of May. Take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you haven't already, check your moon and rising sign. Sometimes those hit even harder. I've already shuffled the deck and asked Spirit for insight, so let's get right to it. This first card will talk about your present situation. Death. You are currently in a major ending and transformation cycle. Something in your life is ending, being released, shedding away, no longer aligned with who you're becoming. This is not a small shift. This is deep, irreversible change. This isn't loss, it's transformation. The old version of your life is closing, so a new one can begin. Let go of what's already leaving. Stop trying to revive what's meant to end. You're not falling apart. You're shedding what you've outgrown. All right, let's see what your challenge is for May. The Tower. The Tower here often points to resistance to collapse. Something needs to end or shift, but there's clinging, denial, and I don't want this to change energy. Something isn't stable, and the longer it's held together, the more pressure builds. The real challenge here is letting something fall apart that was never meant to last. Because on the other side of that collapse is your freedom. You're not being blocked, you're being redirected. All right, what is the best that you can hope for? The Ace of Cups. This can represent a fresh emotional beginning, a new relationship, reconciliation, or a renewed sense of joy in an existing connection. Letting go of past hurts so your heart can overflow with peace and gratitude. The Ace of Cups suggests that the highest potential is to embrace vulnerability, allow your feelings to flow freely, and welcome new experiences of love, beauty, and emotional fulfillment into your life. Let's look at your foundation. The Ten of Wands. You've been carrying a lot, either physically, emotionally, or mentally, to get where you are now. You may have shouldered responsibilities alone, feeling like everything rested on you. Even if the load was heavy, you were determined not to give up until the goal was reached. Your present situation is rooted in sustained effort and persistence, but also possible burnout. The heavy load may have brought you here, but you don't have to keep carrying it the same way going forward. All right, next up is your recent past. The Wheel of Fortune. This card signals that fate, timing, or a sudden change in circumstances set a new path in motion, whether you were ready or not. This could have been good luck, an opportunity, or a twist you didn't see coming. The wheel in your recent past says that something changed, and it wasn't random. Whether it felt lucky, challenging, or both, that shift was the universe nudging you into a new phase. You're not where you used to be, and that's exactly the point. Okay, let's take a look at the near future. The Nine of Swords. A period of heightened anxiety, overthinking, or emotional stress is approaching. This may look like sleepless nights, racing thoughts, worry, guilt, or regret, or fear-based thinking. This is mental and emotional intensity, not necessarily external events. Your mind may try to pull you into fear, but not everything you're worrying about is real. Be careful what you give your energy to. Your thoughts are loud, but they're not always telling the truth. All right, now we're going to take a look at you. The Eight of Swords. You may feel trapped, stuck, or powerless, but the limitation is largely mental or self-imposed. This can look like overthinking to the point of paralysis, feeling like you have no options, and doubting yourself or your ability to act. Right now, you may feel stuck, but this isn't a real prison. It's a mental one. And the moment you decide to move, those walls start to disappear. You're not trapped, you're hesitating. Let's see what your environment looks like. The Knight of Pentacles. Your environment is supportive of independence, stability, and personal success. This can show up as financial or a material stability around you, a peaceful, comfortable atmosphere, or an overall vibe of you're safe to stand on your own. What's around you now is actually supporting your independence and growth. You may feel alone, but you're not unsupported. Okay, let's take a look at your hopes and fears. The Page of Swords, you want clarity, truth, and answers, but you also fear what you might discover. There's a strong desire for truth and honesty, clear communication, and answers to unanswered questions. At the same time, there's fear around hearing something you don't want to hear, miscommunication or conflict, and overthinking to the point of stress. You're searching for answers, but overthinking is slowing you down. All right, now it's time for the outcome. We have the Knight of Swords. The outcome will be driven by clear-headed decisions, rational judgment, and intellectual maturity. It's not about emotion or impulse. It's about truth, fairness, and leadership through reason. A mature, no-nonsense energy will define the resolution. The outcome might not be warm, but it will be just, clear, and precise. There's a need to own your authority, speak your truth, or hold others accountable. Wisdom and integrity will guide the final outcome. Even if it's not the most emotionally comforting result, it's likely the right one. All right, let's look at the bottom of the deck and see the energy quietly flowing underneath the surface. Hopefully these won't fall. Strength. Strength at the bottom of the deck says at your core, you are being called to embody inner strength, emotional control, and quiet resilience, even if it's not obvious on the surface. You're handling more than people realize, and you're doing it with more grace than you give yourself credit for. You're stronger than the situation. You just haven't fully seen it yet. Now it's time for an oracle message from Spirit. Roots of abundance. Stay grounded in trust. Your life is supported, and everything you're building is taking root, even if you can't see it yet. You are not a victim of your circumstances. Your beliefs are shaping your reality. When you stay centered and rooted, abundance flows naturally. You are moving from surviving into thriving. Trust the process. We're going to pull one more card, a quick message from the angels. Okay? And the angels say, big happy changes are coming into your life. You may find yourself on a new career path, entering a new relationship, or moving to a new home or city. Embrace these exciting events, knowing that your angels will be beside you all the way. What you are asking about may require you to take leaps of faith that seem frightening or beyond your ability. Trust that the opportunities before you are meant to bring you happiness. These options would not have presented themselves unless you were ready for them. Release your fears and follow your heart. All right, Taurus, this is a powerful turning point in your life. You are being asked to release what has run its course, even if part of you wants to hold on. The transformation isn't random, it's necessary. What's falling away was never meant to support where you're going next. Yes, there may be moments where your mind tries to pull you into fear, doubt, or overthinking, but not everything you're feeling is truth. Don't let temporary thoughts distort a permanent transition. You may feel stuck at times, but you're not. You're standing at the edge of a breakthrough. And what's around you right now is actually supporting your growth more than you realize. At your core, you have the strength to move through this with grace, even if it doesn't always feel like it. And here's the most important message. You are not losing. You are rerouting, because what's coming in is a new emotional beginning, clearer direction, and big happy changes that align with who you are becoming now, not who you used to be. Trust the ending, trust the shift, because this is how your next chapter begins. If this reading hit home, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps more people find these messages. And let me know in the comments how it's showing up in your life. If you want a personal reading, all the info's below. If you're feeling called to go deeper into tarot, my Quick Learn Tarot playlist is linked right here. Also, check out my weekly oracle readings posted each Sunday for extra insight. I truly appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.